To use support or not to use support? Well, this isn't Shakespeare, or maybe it is Shakespeare within the 3D printing. We are going to talk about the overhangs, because that is the reason when you need to use supports and when not to use support. What degree angle won't you need any support at all? And at what degree angle would you need to have supports? Well, here on Zachary 3D Prints, I will talk about it. Hello, this is Zachary from Zachary 3D Prints. It is hot in this room. This is the room where I have all my 3D printers. Currently 2 3D printers are printing. The nozzle temperature, both 210, 215 degrees, but the bed temperature is causing a lot of extra heat in this room, 60 degrees and 50 or 60 degrees. Yeah, 50 degrees. So this room is not 23 degrees, but it is outside. Maybe I should open a window or something. I have tried it before. There's a ventilator standing next to me, or a fan. I have one fan in this room, but let's stop the chit chat and let's get into the topic of today's video, overhangs. Well, if you're brand new in the 3D printing, welcome. I introduce you overhangs. Or if you are already some time in the 3D printing, you have encountered it. As long as your, lines are straight on top of each other, we won't talk about overhangs at all, because do you see any hang here? Well, I don't see, but maybe in the Y. And that brings us to the question, why overhangs? What is the reason why we need to not have overhangs? No, overhangs because we are printing different kind of shapes. And those shapes are going to cause you to set some settings in Cura, Crucial Slicer, or any other slicer at what degree angle you need to have support in order to get a, successful print, or a not ugly print in that matter. There are a lot of models where you can test for your 3D printer at what degree angle you can print your overhang without needing any support material. Because as long as the lines are straight on top of each other, of course you don't need to have any overhangs. But at a certain degree angle, and I don't mean like in this angle or in this angle or in this angle, no, I mean like the angles that are closer to the build plate, or maybe in the geometry of the model itself. I have several models where you are going to encounter some overhangs. This model is from Waxter. This is Vecna bust. It is looking amazing, but if you are going to print it without any supports, I can guarantee you already you are going to get a failed print, or a print that is even looking uglier than Vecna. Believe it or not, if you have watched Stranger Things, this isn't the most prettiest creature in the series. It's maybe the best looking in the most ugliest section. But anyways, Vecna, there are some designers that know that you want to print as less as possible support material within your prints. And so Waxter already took a certain angle where you have the least amount of support material needed. Still, there are going to be some support material needed in order to get a nice model out of your printer. At what degree angle would you need to have any support? There are some models on Thingiverse. I got one that is specially made for the overhangs, and there you can see at what degree angle your model is going to look very, very ugly. But why is that? Well, your nozzle tip is 0.4 millimeters in diameter, so you get a very thin line printed on the previous layer. Just like the calibration cube, as long as it is straight on top of the previous layer, no problem at all. But then when the layers is not totally on top of the previous layer, it is going to sag a little bit. The more room that you have between the previous layer and the new layer, the less surface you have between those two layers, the more is going to drip down, because there is no support material at all. In this case, there is on every section there is a degree, so that you can see at what degree angle you are going to encounter some problems. On 30 degree and 35 degree angle, it is still looking nice. 40 degree angle, it is still looking nice. 55 degree angle, and you already are going to see some little dent here. And that is the point where the tip of the nozzle is going backwards or is going to do something. Straight lines, no problem. But if your nozzle is going to make a little turn or doing something else, you will get a little sag, where it is going to be very noticeable is at a 60-degree angle. So this is 60-degree angle, and this is how it is going to look like. It is going to look terrible. And at 85-degree angle, it is looking like crap. So you will get those lines here. This is 75, 80 degrees. As you can see, I hope the camera will pick it up, or else I will use a B-roll for that. But there you can see the lines are very noticeable on the bottom, so you will get more rips instead of nice smooth surface. To conclude, on the JG Maker Artist D Pro at a 45-degree angle, I can still get away with it without using any support material. So if you are dialing in your 3D printer and you want to make sure that every single time when you are going to 3D print something, that degree angle where it is looking terrible, or you may be the judge on that, on the angle that you have right here, you can tell, okay, so for my 3D printer, I would say at a 45-degree angle, so that it is tipping more to the ground or to the build plate or to the hole or the gap, there I really would need to have support. So that you can set in your support settings at degree angle and then your number, and then you will get a nice print. But most slices have already 50 or 55-degree angle. So for the next time, if you are going to use your slicer and you have dialed in your 3D printer in the slicer, you know exactly at what angle you are going to get a little notification from your slicer software, Cura, Process Slicer, Idea Maker, Meta Control, or any other slicer, when to use support material. There are many different kind of support materials what you can use. One of my favorite is tree supports. Since I already have talked about support material and which type of supports you can use, I'm not going to deep into this topic, but you can watch that in one of my previous videos about support materials. If you're still watching this video, thank you, you are so amazing. Did you know that? There are some YouTube channel memberships where you can support this YouTube channel on a monthly basis. If you don't want to do that and just support me one time, there's a thanks button right over here. You can support me just one time. If you don't want to support this channel financially, no problem at all. There's a like button. You can also hit the subscribe button. That one is underneath the thanks button. Please share this video on social media and we will see each other next time. Peace. Bye. Now I'm going to cool down because it is very warm inside this room. Yeah, let's do that. Bye. In this room, everything happens with 3D printing, video editing, and many other things. But currently, at this moment, it's 23 degrees outside, but on the inside in this room, it is hot. I can tell you that already. But let's get into the video of today's topic. Overhangs. Overhangs will make sure that you are going to use any support. Overhangs will make sure that you need to have supports or not. At what degree angle would you need support material, and at what overhangs. Overhangs is going to cost you support material or no support material. At what degree angle would you need to start using support? And at what degree angle overhang you don't need to have any support? Well, in this video I'm going to talk about it so that you know for next time when to use support or when not to use support. Here on Zachary's 3D Prints. Somewhere need to have support material. Well, the problem or the feeling hot. It's hot in here.